Hello everybody and welcome back to Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde. Today we are going big on mines. And by that, I mean we have all, except for this +2 damage, which is a little excessively expensive. We have the tier 1 filled out, the tier 2 filled out. Let's get going. The 50% bigger Conrad mines. Now, going all in on mines means we're not going to use another dot, so no vines or orbital fire. We're not going to be using main sweepers, so no cleave, arrow, or spears. So basically, those 5 are out. That just leaves shurikens, bone, Grand Hex, and Tornado. We're going to avoid Tornado because that does clear too much. So we're going to keep Bone, Hex, and Shurikens low, at least as much as possible. And we're going to use Shurikens to kill the boss. But ideally, we'll pretty much be putting all of our points into the mines themselves. So I'm curious to see how it's going to go. I mean, obviously, some of our weapons will get other kills and things. It's just bound to happen. But how good are mines when they are pretty much the sole focus? The explosion radius will be huge. Let's just pick up the things that we know we're going to want, get them out of the way. It'll help us get a couple of kills here and there, which is all well and good. But again, Grand Hex is nice. It won't necessarily be hitting near us all the time. I'm going to start using some rerolls. I would like to get either some mine upgrades or something. Come on. Oh, jeez. Focusing on the mines, can't even find one to save my life right here. There we go. Let's get some size. That is what we are here to do. Hopefully we'll get some pets to help out as well. And there's the bone. Let's unlock that. As I've stated in other videos, I will restate that once you have 3 weapons, it is by far most important to unlock your 4th weapon. Unless it's an ability that you desperately want, like Shuriken Number or Cleave, Rate of Fire, something along those lines, getting the 4th option is the best for you. The reason for this is it actually lessens the amount of randomness that you will get by getting that 4th option. So, pretty fantastic start so far. Not too bad. You know, we're gonna get our dot getting going as well. Our dot is now at 5 damage, so once it hits, it's gonna start doing some pretty good work. Ideally, the bones will stay at level 1. Grand Hex should stay at level 1. It does have a good AoE and good damage, but it fires very rarely, which is one of the reasons I wanted it, because it's not going to be that impactful if you don't get its cooldown up. Don't get me wrong, it'll still kill things, but we're going to see the mines. That is entirely what we want. And it's starting. We're going to get the cooldown down. It's going to happen. The bone's actually killing some things amazingly, because they're actually getting to us. But these are the phases that we truly want. We want these phases where things are just going to start rushing at us. We're not dropping mines that fast yet, so it is definitely dangerous. But at the same time, our explosions, you can see they're actually getting to already a pretty decent size. Let's see. Oh, that was sort of a double hit, so can't quite tell what did what. But we're already doing 19 damage with our explosions too. And you can see they're actually getting to a pretty good size. So let's see. Yeah, pretty good AoE radius. Let's drop one and just see where it goes. It's going to pop before this Grand Hex, so let's see the AoE. Oh, no, we popped. Haha! I always forget the level of pushback. Look at that. I mean, that right there, that is a great radius for its explosion. And we're only going to make it bigger. Oh, we're going to start destroying huge groups that just catch up to us. It's actually the one benefit of being slow Conrads, the fact that these things will just surround us, and then pop, we are golden. No more money for rerolls. I guess I should start looking out for that. So what's the least impactful thing? Just a little bit of range. It, doesn't really matter too much. But these mines are blowing these things up. Oh, you get a little worried. I am going to be doing a follow-up video to this for tomorrow. What that video will be, it will actually be another mine video. And if that does not happen, and I do something else, then maybe it failed. But the other mine video will be essentially the same build, but we should be using Maxine. And what that means is we're going to see what... We have size on our side. 50% bigger explosions. That is pretty massive. But what happens when you have speed? on your side, because she just has a percentage cooldown reduction, which is her strongest capability, I would say. The percent decreases are fantastic. Weapons that get just talent points, they're weak to me. We are getting our shurikens up and things, but ideally we will keep... Oh, and there is our first mini-boss walking to us. The lovely chicken. Unfortunately, though, where those mines are, we're actually put in a pretty bad place, because no one's really going to go in there to pop those. So we need to get those off-screen, get this chicken exploded. Boom. There we go. And yeah, we're hitting pretty hard. 31 AoE damage. Cooldown still far a lot higher than my liking, but hey, at least we got some of those exploded. There's our other boss. Kill some chickens. Easy peasy. And yeah, Conrad. Oh, we gotta go size. We gotta go size first. It's just the nature of the beast. And yeah, even more. Oh, these mines are getting so big. As you can see, they do visually represent as you put them down. However, their explosion radius is far larger than the size. That's the detonation radius is what you put on the ground, but the explosion radius is far larger, as you can see, and that is what we're looking at. See how big those are? We put them down, and it's basically your level, the level up explosion that you have, but it's actually just doing 31 damage and applying a dot. So, 93 damage when it crits, which it can crit, which is fantastic. Unfortunately for us, this is a weapon that does not get crit, but at the same time, it has a dot assigned to it, so it's not like, it's going to have around 20%-ish crit, something like that. So, not that often, but when it happens, it's a beautiful sight to see. And our AoE increases further. Popped over here, killed a guy over there. You can already see. They're just getting massive. And again, Conrad, I think, is the perfect one for the mine showcase. I want to try Maxine, but I am worried that she's a little fragile to have it be sort of the focus. It might be more of run around and hope that our underpowered other weapons start to handle things for us. Because, yeah, having, a third the life in essence, not going to be fun. Not going to be fun at all. We'll still keep putting some things and stuff. We need more money. Ideally, I want to save some money. I should get another 30 or so and save that. Big Tex is 300 gold should we come across a shop. So let's just keep going. Seeing these mines blow everything back. We are the exploding ones, not these exploding bugs. That is the most beautiful part there, because these exploding bugs just are annoying. They blow everything around. They get in your way. Oh, but look at the sheer size of it. We're starting to get to a point where our cooldown, look at that, our cooldown's only at 3, so we have another... Oh, we're going to get down to like a second. It's amazing. Our AoE is maxed as well, which is fantastic. And with 4 damage a pop for our damage increases, we're doing 31 damage now. We are still going to get to 51 damage explosions. This is massive. Oh, I want to reroll so bad. But I also want to get as much experience as possible. The other great element of this weapon, with Conrad being the focus, is the fact that a lot of the times you will put it down, it will instantly explode, and when it instantly explodes, you just pick up that experience. I don't need to walk for anything. I'm just walking into these guys over here, and yeah, they can take what I can dish out. So, and the shurikens, what's nice is they are going to be our boss killer in the end. I mean, I'm not gonna fool myself into thinking that the mines alone will probably take it out, but maybe it is. I will try for a little bit to see how well the mines, putting a little squad of mines do. However, I mean, we can basically say we can get 4 mines down and the boss charges into it. That's going to be 200 damage, maybe 1 crits, so maybe like 300 damage. So that's nice. But 300 damage is not going to take down a boss if you have to sort of put down these things and wait for the boss to sort of charge into it. We're not necessarily in a position where that is going to be the case. But let's make sure we get the dot on the boss, which is fantastic. 13 damage, ticking away. Not very fast. This is not the best dot weapon, which is why I also very much did not want Orbital Fire or Vines, because dots can override each other, and this is the dot that we're focusing on. This is definitely the hardest hitting dot in the game, which is a very nice thing to have. Hitting hard, is always a good thing. The problem is it just doesn't tick all too fast. While Orbital Fire, the dot, is only 3 damage, it's also 3 damage ticking 20 times in a second, where this might be 15 damage ticking every second and a half or something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure on the exact tick speed, but it's definitely not the fastest. You can see tick, tick, tick. Maybe it's every second, but huge explosions. Oh, this is working perfectly. And didn't know. I honestly was expecting this to be quite the brutal thing, but we're getting to the point where our cooldown is finally getting. We can sort of just walk, turn for a second, drop it, and if something walks into it, fantastic. 43 damage. Oh, everything is dead. Problem being these boom bugs, though, when they do explode, if they kill the enemy and not your damage kills the enemy, won't drop any experience or anything like that. One of the detriments to the exploding enemies, but you make do with what you can. This cooldown, glorious. We're just dropping them, and everything is dropping like flies. I'm just gonna walk now. I know there's lots of experience behind me, but we got a chest over here. I mean, we have a mine, which I don't really care about mines anymore. But at the same time, it's here. I'm not gonna complain about having a mine done. It's what, 7? Let's see, we went. Ooh, 8. It was 8. 8 blue crystals. And yes, these blue crystals will indeed be multiplied at the end, which is nice. I mean, it's effectively nothing, though. Effectively nothing. I mean, it's just a fraction of an amber. So, but it's our fraction of an amber that we earned and deserve to collect. So, we're definitely getting this pet hidden away right in the center. It's a little cheeky, but oh, look at all the chests. We're going to be fine for health. That's the most important part. Health will not be an issue. Again, with Conrad, we still haven't gotten less than 200 health, which is pretty amazing. Loot, mining, let's get some crit. Should actually affect the mines, which actually will help out substantially. 2 bosses and a chest. 1.3 second mines. Oh, come on. I'm just going to walk into you, sir. I'm just dropping them in your path. Come on. You can do it. Look at that. Well, alright. The shurikens kind of came at the end, but I think we had him. I think he was ours. 1.1 seconds. We have gotten mines to a pretty glorious state as they currently are. Again, we're now taking some hits thanks to being completely surrounded. And this is why I think Maxine will be difficult, because even with speed, you have to get ahead of this, and if you're ahead of this, you're not going to be getting experience. So Conrad can just sit inside. I really should go get the loot down there. I was just letting it sit for a bit. Conrad can just sit inside, take it, and loot the experience, where Maxine will sort of be, getting ahead of it, staying out of its way, and because of that, you're not going back for experience, at least right away. So, a lot more running around. But that also makes for more fun. You gotta see how it goes. And maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't. If it gets decently far, I'll try and post one. Oof, there we go. I wanted big text, but I'll take the bigger magnet. Never pass on the magnet on Conrad. Oh, it's so necessary. We do have the 10% bonus experience on this level. I took it just for experience. I did C. I was going to re-roll if it was the mine one. I didn't have to reroll. That's what it was set to, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. But at the same time, thinking about it, if we had the 30% speed for both us and the enemies, that probably would have actually helped us even more. It would have brought more enemies to us for more experience, which is fantastic. And that, in turn, would also just mean we move faster. And one thing to note is, if you are having difficulty with the 10% experience, it sounds weird to say, because you're giving the mobs 30% move speed versus 10, but having that might actually be easier for you. Now, the reason that might be easier for you is actually because in every other mode, it's 10% move speed for the enemy, and you get either the mining speed, which I mean, that blows my mind. Like, if it was open everything speed, I would almost be justified. But just mining speed to me is laughably bad. But the 10% experience is amazing. But you are giving up speed to the enemy. You are literally, they are getting 10%, you are getting 0. So if you get 30% and they get 30%, well, at least you're keeping it consistent. And that can actually help you out more, potentially more than the 10% experience. Plus, with 30% more move speed, it is more enemies in your face or around you, which then means more things to kill, which does lead to more experience. Still no big techs, but we just got essentially infinite life. So there we go. Oh, I don't want you to die to that if possible. Let's try and lay some mines here and have him charge into it. Let's see if he will hit one. I don't know. We have plenty of money for rerolls though. Oh, our mines are done. I didn't even notice. Our mines are completely done. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All the 10s. Hit a mine and exploded. I will take it, you charging fool. So, thrilled. All the hearts. Health looking good. All we have to do is survive to the boss. And again, we have Hardy for 2.5 minutes away. Basically full health. So I want to see what the how well the dot ticks on the boss. Again, it's not going to tick great, so in essence, you know, in terms of things. But yeah, biggest baddest mines in the land. Can't be happier, honestly. We will have our shurikens as the backup main kill. But yeah, I don't even think we're going to really need to find anything else. I mean, I could go for a chest or two or something like that. I guess we can. I'm just sort of trying to walk into as many chickens and rats as possible at this point. Especially, again, with Hardy. Preferred to Conrad for me. But you can see I'm just sort of walking into everything. And all it takes is, you know, a heart, and we gain substantial health back. Now, you can see that, no, we are still going down. I mean, I'm obviously taking more damage than I quote should, but it's fun. It's fun just to see these explosions. And you can see, like, just one pop and just groups are dying. I mean, the real beauty of this weapon, too, is just how much damage it does. 51 damage. Oh, it's huge. I think it's the second highest DPS weapon in the game, next to Grand Hex. And you can basically control where it goes. I mean, yes, please. Oh, look at that. Big text right at the end. I mean, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. Obviously, it would be more meant to be if we could level Big Tex up. But beggars can't be choosers. Just take what you can get and be happy for it. Hardy, what are you doing there? What are you doing, Hardy? Oh, there we go. Boom, 30-something health. No problems. Again, Maxine, this is and would be very scary on. Again, if I'm going to do a Maxine, it's going to be on an open map, so this or the desert. Probably the desert, since Conrad has just done this in essence. You can see the dot ticking away, 23 damage. You know, that is a very respectable one. Look at that. We even got a little bug right there to get that .001. Oh, love it. But I don't think we need that 1% crit for those. We are getting thoroughly surrounded, but that is the essentially the point, because we have no real clear. And the dot, not really handling them. It's fine. It's doing fine, and it probably will kill them in a long enough timeline. And realistically, against these enemies, the dot is doing substantially more than just the explosion. 51 damage, but then they take, 5 or 6 ticks of 23. Well, the 5 or 6 ticks are definitely going to do more than that. All right, let us lay out some mines so you can see. Taking the ticks. Can't really tell what's happened yet. The dot is doing pretty good damage to him, and the 50s are adding up, but at the same time, he is running through and getting hit by the shurikens from time to time, so I don't quite know how much the mines alone did. But, you know what? I'm going to say they did pretty well. And they were killed by the dot. There you go. The mines got the kill. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got big techs. Only level 1, but you know what? Hey, you did it, my whale friend. You did it. Obviously not the most resources, but that's fine. No problem there. I am quite happy with that indeed. So that has been Conrad's Big Mines. Next time again, ideally it will be Maxine Speedy Mines. I want to see how fast they can get. Obviously it will be just 1% faster than this, but they won't be as big. And she is much more frail. Using a close-range weapon like that, it's going to be very scary. So, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. It helps me know what's going on and what people think. So I do greatly appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day and happy hunting.